Hello buddies, this is Game Night. Welcome to Necromunda Underhive Wars. In this tutorial I will be going over the gang creation, so you know exactly how to get started. First things first, gangs. You get to pick between 3 different gangs. The Escher, whose main focus is on melee combat and agility. Their house perk Toxin Specialist makes it so that their consumables cost less to use and they poison their melee weapons that can then reduce their enemy's ability to strike back in melee. The Goliath, their main focus is on survivability and raw power. Their house perk Hardened Brute makes it so that they can equip weapons for less and they gain a defensive buff while engaged per enemy, making them harder to hit in melee. The Orlok is mainly focused on ranged combat and agility. Their house perk Outrider makes it so that their disengage costs less and reduce the cost of Overwatch after shooting. On top of these differences between the gangs, there are even more once you get started. In the skills, there are house variant skills. There are 2 skills for each career for both passive and active skills, and they are always the skills at the bottom of the skill menu. It is not an entirely different skill, but as stated, a variant. This means that the skill is called the same thing, but may have a slightly different effect and icon. For example, the heavy career in House Escher has a passive skill called Guardian. This skill increases stress and stun resistances by up to 10%. The equivalent Orlok skill of the same name has the same activation requirement, but the skill itself gives ranged resistance up to 10% instead. On top of this, you have 6 skills in the passive tree that are purely gang related. There are no active skills that are purely gang related at the time of recording this. Once you've selected your gang, you can either go with a starter gang with a leader and 2 gangers. Picking this will grant you less credits and you have no say as to which gangers you gain or what career they have. The custom gang allows you to start from scratch and have a say in which class your gangers have, and you also start with more credits. This tutorial will be using the custom gang as an example. Once you've created your gang, you arrive at your hideout. The menu on the left contains crew management, operations, skirmishes, the shop, infamy bonuses, and gang stats. It's time to get a gang ready. Go to the crew management screen and click recruitment. Your first ganger will always be your leader. To the right, you can pick the career of your leader. It can be whatever you feel like, but I do recommend always to remember where the gang you picked has its main focus. This way you'll be able to utilize the bonus stats that the gangs have. As of right now, there are 5 different careers you can pick between. The Deadeye is a ranged sniper that can use a grapnel to jump to overhead platforms. The Brawler is a melee combatant that can jump from above to deal damage and stun enemies. The Heavy is a ganger that uses massive weapons to deal damage and can use a barrage to cover entire zones below them. The Saboteur uses traps and explosives to attack and can control many elements on the map, disabling zip lines or health dispensers, or even creating hazardous zones. The Lay Mechanic are gangers that are devoted to the machine god. They can build fortifications and repair damaged zip lines or health dispensers, as well as remove hazard zones created by saboteurs. At the bottom right, you get to choose what traits your character gets bonus stats from to begin with. These should be picked to best fit the career you pick for the ganger. Make sure you check the bonus stats that each career gains. That should give you an indication of which trait bonuses to pick. The stats consist of agility. This increases the chance of avoiding melee and range damage. Strength, which increases melee damage and stun potential. Toughness, which increases healing received and resistances against critical hits. Willpower, which increases the chance of removing debuffs on turn start and the chance of resisting stuns. Intelligence, which increases the range damage and experience gain permission. Alertness, which increases initiative as well as the chance of receiving grazing hits. Melee prowess reduces the risk of dealing grazing hits and reduces evasion chance of melee attacks. Ranged aptitude reduces the risk of dealing grazing hits and reduces evasion chance of ranged attacks, accuracy, which increases melee and range critical hit chances. Lastly, you can pick the gender and facial details that you want for your ganger. Once you've made your picks, to finalize. Now you can recruit again and get more gangers. The only difference is now that you will be able to pick the experience level of the ganger. Most gangers does start as green dupes. They come with 0 XP and the worst possible gear. If you do have the credits, however, you can go for more experienced gangers. But remember that while they come with experience, they may also come with pre-existing injuries, where green dupes have none. Getting experienced gangers is something you might want to consider later on, as you will be more wealthy and your green dupes might accumulate more injuries than you would get from an experienced one. You will need 3 members to start your gang. One can be a competent dupe in your gang, or you can get an extra ganger instead. That is up to you. You just need at least 3 gangers to be able to play. You can bring a total of 5 gangers to each mission, but you can have up to 10 gangers extra in reserve. In the crew management screen, you can also customize your gang's color scheme, as well as individual cosmetic armor pieces comes in the categories of general, head, upper body, and lower body. If you click into one of these options, you can find the skin tones, the tattoos, the straps, hair, piercings, scars, chins, necklaces, gloves, right shoulder and left shoulder pads, right upper arm and left upper arm, the shirt and the lower body, the belt, the hips, the pants, the boots, the right leg and the left leg. All of these are here so you can make a unique ganger. In this menu, you can also apply to gang. This will apply this fighter's colors to the entire gang. Hit escape to return and save to continue. Now we'll head over to the operations menu. This is where you begin a new operation. Operations are a set of missions that go on for 3 or 4 shifts against 2 or 3 enemy gangs. This means that sometimes it can be up to 20 gangers creating havoc in each mission. On the left side, you pick the operation you want, ranging from easy to deadly, which determines the difficulty of the enemy gangs in that area. The harder the operation, the more XP you gain per mission, but each mission will also be that more dangerous. Each operation has an overall objective, ranging from taking down certain careers or certain house gangers to being the top dog in most missions. If you complete the objective during the operation, you earn a nice bonus. Once the operation is completed, you can pick a new operation. As your gang grows and you complete infamy tasks, you will be able to buy different bonuses once you start a new operation. Each operation, you also get to pick 2 of 4 facilities to have active in your hideout. Each of the facilities confer different bonuses, be it items, more experience points, or my favorite, reducing the cost of hiring fighters, skills, and stat upgrades. You will also be able to use infamy points to buy bonuses. This is player-based, and you can use infamy gained by playing other gangs on a completely new gang as well. Think of it like Mordheim's veteran level system. These bonuses are selected for the current operation and are reset when selecting a new operation. Back on the operation screen, you can see your own headquarters and the available missions on the map. On the left side, you can see the enemy gangs of the operation as well as their overall rating. To start a mission, simply click an icon on the map and click choose mission. Make sure you're ready to leave for the mission before starting. The enemy gangs will also pick a mission to go on. If you pick a mission that no one else picks, you win that mission without a fight. Later on, you will be able to encounter special missions like attacking enemy gang headquarters or going on missions to find artifacts. The skirmish menu enables you to play contest matches without advancing your operation. This can be done against AI or human players alike, and you can even team up with a friend against others. When you've been playing for a bit, the store will open up. Here you can sell unwanted items or buy items to enhance your gang. Armor and weapons are worth checking for every once in a while, as it can be some of the hardest things to find. You can easily sort items with the icons at the top of the windows. Make sure you always sell junk items you gather during missions. It is the tab to the furthest right. Thank you so much for watching this video. This should set you on the path to becoming a great gang of the Underhive. Make sure you subscribe, share and like this video, and follow me on Twitch where I will be streaming this game. Links are in the description. Have a wonderful game night.